I have a confession to make. As many of you know who've been watching this channel at all over the last several years, you probably have figured out that I am a huge John Mayer fan. I was watching some YouTube videos the other day of John Mayer, Where the Light Is, and the gist of the commentary is that John Mayer is nothing more than a clone of Stevie Ray Vaughan, a ripoff of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now, I know that John Mayer has gone on record and has said that he is inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he's sort of his North Star, his compass, gear-wise, in terms of the things that he uses, gravitating more towards Stratocaster-style guitars, tube screamers, Dumbo amps, etc. And I suppose I can see from the standpoint of a casual listener that at first glance, you might think, okay, well, he's inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan. But there's an influence that has permeated John Mayer's music in his biggest hits that I'm not even sure if John Mayer's fully aware of. Just listen to this. Here's John Mayer's Gravity. And now here's Eric Clapton's River of Tears. Now, I'm not the only one that's hearing this, right? It sounds almost identical to an obscure Eric Clapton song off of the 1998 album Pilgrim. But that's not the only intersection between these two artists. Today, I'm going to prove that Stevie Ray Vaughan is not actually John Mayer's biggest influence. And whether we're talking about musical styles, chord choices, the prevailing sensibilities in their solos, we're going to see that the connection between Mayer and Clapton is really too close to ignore. I've brought in two of my friends, Milo and Kendrick, who are both trained musicians, that are going to go through 4 songs from John Mayer and compare them with 4 songs from Eric Clapton. We're going to look at excerpts from all of these songs. We're going to recreate the guitar parts, and we're going to layer them over top of each other, superimposing each other's solos over their respective tracks. For the gear today, we're going to be using a mid-90s Eric Clapton Strat equipped with lay sensor pickups and the classic TBX tone control and mid-boost. We're also going to be using a Joe Reggio refinned early 60s Stratocaster. For the amplifier sounds, everything is going to be done through Neural DSP and their plugins. And Neural DSP has generously offered all of our viewers a 30% discount on any of their plugins that are 90 days or older using the coupon code Vertex, VERTEX at checkout. So let's begin with Exhibit A, Last Train Home and No Alibis. Milo, can you talk about the chord structure between Last Train Home and No Alibis?
Right off the bat, it's got this kind of similar walk down. So Last Train Home would be, and then No Alibis would just be, they both have the same, it's almost, identical for the choruses.
Now let's move on to Exhibit B, I Don't Trust Myself with Loving You and Old Love. Kendrick, can you talk about I Don't Trust Myself and Old Love and how the chords and the licks are basically identical?
I think we could all hear that first lick played by the guitar is pretty much the same thing. This whole... And then also... Both songs start on A minor, but the subsequent chords that follow share common tones with each other. For example, the F major and D minor chords share the notes F and A, and the G sus and the C chords share C and G.
Now let's move to Exhibit C, Helpless and Pretending. Milo, can you tell me a little bit about the chord structure similarities between Helpless and Pretending?
If we're talking about Helpless, it is, at its simplest form, it's just D minor to A minor. Which would really just be to the A minor. Pretending is just a kind of like E power chord to an A. And so it's very similar. It's got a...
Now let's move to Exhibit D, Gravity and River of Tears. Kendrick, can you tell us about the chord structure similarity between Gravity and River of Tears?
I think it's a pretty obvious inspiration that John took from River of Tears. Both songs also feature a simple 6/8 drum groove and also start with just bare minimum, just keys, and then feature lead guitar licks that both resolve on a major third, with Gravity starting like this. And River of Tears starting like this.
Whether you're looking at their tour or album art, whether you're looking at their attire, or whether you're looking at their jewelry or the musical styles and tastes of these two artists, John Mayer and Eric Clapton, the connection is much too close to deny. Now, should this give you pause as an indictment on John Mayer? I think the answer is absolutely not. If we're looking at the longevity that Eric Clapton has had, I think any of us fans of John Mayer would love to see him have a career as long. Eric is in his 80s and is still going strong with touring and had Grammy-winning records up through the late 1990s. And even Clapton has gone as far as to say that John Mayer is a master guitarist and is incredibly reverent of him.
Because he's extremely gifted. I mean, his facility is phenomenal. He is a master.
So that was our evidence. I hope that you found this incredibly insightful. I can't appreciate Milo and Kendrick enough for going through all these songs and for matching them in tempo and in keys so that we were really able to break them down and really show them as one-to-one as possible. If you like what we're doing and you want to support, firstly, go over and follow Kendrick and Milo. I'll have all of their social credentials in the description. And if you want to support us directly, of course, supporting our sponsors is the best way in turn to support us. So do check out our friends over at Neural DSP using the coupon code Vertex on any one of your plugins to get 30% off. Also, you can support us by buying one of our pedals. My company name is Vertex Effects. We're sold through all the major retailers from Sweetwater, Reverb, wherever you find pedals, you're likely to find us. So by buying a pedal, you are in turn supporting us. I also offer one-to-one consultations if you want to learn more about how to optimize your gear or you want somebody to help you troubleshoot a problem with your rig. I offer that over on the Rig Doctor website, so you can check that out, also linked in the description. We also have a Patreon, which I'll link in the description. If you're a tone geek like me and you want to interact with like-minded people, I think you're going to really love it. We talk about everything from pedals to pedal boards to guitar gear, and I also feature a lot of behind-the-scenes content of upcoming videos and interviews that I'm doing with some amazing guitar players that we all know and love and have played on a bunch of hit songs. I also just released a masterclass on how to order your effects pedals to optimize your tone, essentially how to set up your signal path, and I'm offering that 50% off over on Teachable, so check that out in the link in the description if you're interested in that. And we also have some really cool new merch that I think you should check out. Whether you're a fan of old school rack effects or you just want something that's a little unique if you're a guitar or bass player, I think we have something for everybody there, so do check that out as well. Until next time, I'm Mason Marangella from Vertex Effects, and we'll see you in the next video.